Okay, listen up. You're about to do a
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that UrbanX where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace, peace.
Peace, family.
What's good?
Peace, family.
Isaiah Bryant, thank you for the love.
Peace, family.
We are in the building.
You're welcome for the t-shirt. You already know. Peace, family. What's good?
We are here. We're late, you know.
Are we seen on the screen? Okay, I don't see myself. There we go.
Yeah, we're late. We're late.
We're late.
His fault.
Always my fault.
Yeah.
Trying to
Are you recording?
advance the technology.
No, you're not.
Peace, family.
We're back. for another episode of the UrbanX podcast.
Of the UrbanX podcast.
The best, the number one father and son podcast out in the world.
Yes, facts.
In the world. We looked it up, and it's us.
It's us. In the flesh.
You know what I'm saying?
That is definitely us. So we are here. We thank you for your support.
Y'all see the hoodies, right? It says Black Supremacy.
Yes, thanks to Sister Malika.
Yeah, I don't want to say her name wrong.
I want to say Malika. Sister Malika, she suggested that she wanted a Black Supremacy shirt, so she gets one for free. All she got to do is, I think she's a medium.
Yeah.
Just tell us your color scheme, how you want to design, and that's for you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's for you. That's a go.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you guys again for joining us this week. We appreciate you guys. Right now, I'm a little, sad right now because the Patriots are playing the Giants.
Yes,
and it's not looking good.
The Giants is in that ass right now,
and I'm getting upset. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tom Brady. Let me tell you something, man. Father Time is undefeated,
but not against the Giants.
Father Time is undefeated.
A rookie quarterback.
Father Time sends you a notice and say, "Look, here's a notice.
I'm getting upset.
You're on our list." And then all of a sudden, his nerves look bad. He didn't even get hit on this play. He just dropped the ball. Yeah. I've seen it happen to Peyton Manning. I've seen it happen to the best of them. Peace, family. We are here again. We talking shit for a minute just to kind of get things rolling, get this thing popping. If you like these t-shirts, you got to go to Shop UrbanX.
It's actually not. They're actually not up yet, but after the show they'll be up.
After the show they will be up.
Yeah.
It's beanie season. We need UrbanX beanies. Done. Kush the God, you getting a beanie. See, this is how we do things here. All of you guys work here. You all work here. So we're gonna come out with some dope beanies. Yeah. And I
actually have a one of one.
You have a one of one?
I do. I'm gonna break it out. I don't know when I'm gonna do it yet.
Okay, yeah. Break those out.
I'm gonna break it out.
And let's get this thing popping. How was your week?
My week flew.
Your week flew.
My week flew. Like I was productive this week, but it kind of went by like really, really fast.
How has the 30-day challenge of stillness? What's the acronym? It's
the Savers.
Do some shit. Stop some shit.
Yeah, the Savers. It's been good.
Shit.
It's been good. It's been going well. Some days are harder than others, obviously. But it just depends on how much I get done during the day. So if I get everything done, I get to go to bed on time, and then I wake up energized and ready to start the day and focus. Exactly.
Believe it or not, sleep is critical.
Yeah.
And it helps you wake up and you plan your day the way it should be planned. I agree with that.
Yeah, the whole grind till you dead thing is not the way.
That's a little. You got to be built for that.
It's not. Yeah.
I'm a type dude. I need naps to kind of refresh.
That is me.
My thought process and how I'm gonna do things. Yeah. That's the way that needs to go. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, man. We had the streets on fire.
Yeah, we okay. Somebody hit us. All right, father and son combo, great chemistry. Salute.
Thank you,
guys. The whole family. Thank you. Last but not least, the Toronto Raptors are the defending champions. Put some respect on your name, on our name. I'm gonna respect that for now. Until somebody dethrone y'all, I gotta respect that. Facts. We can clap that up for Toronto. And my man, the original Dandada.
Oh yeah, Louis Rankin. Yeah.
Shout out to him. He made the ascension.
Yeah.
And he said the original the Toronto Raptors. He was repping it hard.
Yeah.
So shout out to him and his family. And we meant to make mention of that last week.
We did. We forgot.
And we kind of got sidetracked on a few things. And so that's how that goes. So we put out a piece on
Tyler Perry Studios.
On Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah.
I felt the need
is in lieu of the Hulk episode.
Right, in lieu of the Hulk episode. I felt we'll put the Hulk on hold this week because I thought something monumental was taking place right in front of our eyes. And I said, Malcolm, let's sit down. Let's do a sit down. Side note, I want to put this out there right away. there's been a lot of chatter about my beat up chair. You know what I mean? So no, that's great. That's great. So that chair is so fucked up that people started suggesting that people take up a donation for my chair. So I went to Staples and I saw 2 chairs.
Okay.
One for $99. That was okay. And one for $149. So if you want to contribute to my chair, because it was in HD, it was fucked up, right?
Yeah, the camera quality.
Yeah, the camera quality it was so fucked up. The shit I was dropping became secondary. Niggas was like, that shit not dropping is real, but that chair is like a car crash.
Yeah.
So, and it's so fucked up. One time, wifey was sitting in the chair. She must have been sweating and had on a tank top and must have leaned back. Because when she came into the room, it looked like she had a whole bunch of fucking roaches.
Oh, the black stuff.
On her back. Oh, yeah. I did like this, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Because, you know, you had the cooties. You got to do that shit. I was like, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. You got the cooties. And it was 2 pieces of leather from off the chair. So you can't send it to the super chat. Because first of all, they take 30%. And that money goes directly to Malcom to do his thing. You got to send it to my Cashapp. That's the black dot. Just like that.
$, the black dot.
Yeah, oh yeah. $, the black dot to my Cashapp. And I'm going to go get the chair. And whoever contribute, I will shout you out and do the next event from the chair. But that's just a side note. So, so I felt the need to express some delight, some optimism, you know, some caution about the Tyler Perry situation. And it lit the chat up. I mean, the comment section on fire.
And my DMs.
People was,
emails.
You know why? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you right off the back why. Because when you respond from an emotional standpoint, which most people did, they was dealing with their emotions. I always lay that down at the beginning. If people watch my sit downs, I always kind of coast before I get to the meat of what I'm saying, because I'm in agreement with what most of the people feel about the situation.
Yeah, so what I was getting, it was a lot of people were commenting off what they wanted to hear, what they didn't hear.
Yes, they was finding bit points.
Yeah, because somebody said, a lot of responses I was getting was, how can y'all support him, and he dressed like a woman, he, the way he made the black man look, and I said, like, my response was, like, we talked about that at the very beginning of the video.
Beginning of the video.
You said it, and I said it.
We said it. We did.
At the very beginning of the video. So I was confused. Like, what are y'all really listening to?
People are programmed to only take bullet points of what the points that they want to resist you against, not listening to your whole spiel. The reason we sit down and do those sit downs is so that we can kind of, cover it all, as opposed to getting on a podcast where we do a little 10-minute segment and you can go, wow, I really wanted more of that. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm, stop watching the game.
My fault.
Right?
We just got to
I wanted to do more of that or hear more of that. So that's why we always put those pieces down so we can kind of get to the meat of them.
See, but the thing was, this week though, the responses that we got from people, and we're not above people disagreeing with us. We welcome that stuff.
All the time.
And it keeps us sharp when people give us different points,
absolutely,
different ways to look at things. It keeps us sharp. But what I found interesting this week with the responses were, people had no tangible response to anything we had to say. So how can we support this? Okay, who would you rather support?
Yeah.
They have no answer. Or what would be a solution to the problem in Hollywood? What would be a solution in general?
Right.
It was always real broad, real woke, ish. Buzzwords. We gotta fight the system. And they're doing this while they're typing on Twitter, while they're typing on Instagram, on their iPhones or their Samsung phones that are made in China that are not black owned. You get what I'm saying?
So allow me to get surgical for about 5-10 minutes. Can I do that?
Do your thing, bro.
All right, because I like to get the response, but what I notice about black people is we're never satisfied about anything anybody does unless we feel that we've sanctioned these people. Now, what do I mean by that? I can throw out a name, Elijah Muhammad. We can quickly say, yeah, but he opened a lot of minds, but he also dated girls, little girls. I could say Dr. King. Yeah, but he dated white women, he did cocaine. I could say LeBron James opened up a school. Yeah, but there's white people involved with that school. I can say Byron Allen owns his own network. Yeah, but he's got a white wife. We have programmed ourselves to not find anything positive that's going on. We have subconsciously programmed ourselves to only recognize the negative shit. Now, it has become a coping mechanism for black people. And what I mean by that is this. It helps us deal with our own shit, our own shortcomings. When we can find the negative in every situation. Now, this is not perfect, right? So I can say Oprah Winfrey owns a network. Yeah, but she don't really own a network. Jay-Z is a billionaire. Yeah, but he sold drugs. The list goes on and on and on. We continue. Now, Tyler Perry has his own studio, 330 acres of land. Yeah, but he's repping the LGBTQ. The shit it never stops. So it dawned on me, it really dawned on me that we're looking for the perfect person or savior to feel that we are involved and these people care for us. The only perfect savior that I could come up with was Jesus Christ. So what I'm saying is the conscious community and black people in general are down low Christians. But they won't call themselves Christians. They've created an alternative reality so they won't have to use the name Christian because nobody is ever good enough for what we do. You understand? And I've been guilty of it. You know, we all try to point out this and that. Nobody, tell me, somebody in the chat, please tell me, is it Dr. Umar? Should he run the school? Who should have $250 million of their own money that they decide to put down on something that black people will go, yeah, we did it? And that's a trick question, because if you can tell me of an individual leads back to what? A savior, and a savior leads back to what? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only perfect being in the psyche of black people. So those in the conscious community, we take pride. I ain't with that shit, but we're still waiting for a savior. The whole spook who sat by the door concept is, our problem is we want to know who the goddamn spook is. And if we know who the spook is, he's no longer a goddamn spook. That means if we know who the spook is, the enemy knows who the spook is. Let's review what the spook who sat by the door is. It's somebody who goes up into enemy territory, learns the ways, the tactics, and the strategic formations used to fuck our people over, then bring it back to us so that we may benefit off of it. Now, do you think you're going to go over to Hollywood talking black power shit? Do you think you're going to bust down Hollywood doors on some black power military? You won't get past the fucking secretary. The only way you probably can get that far is if you understand the way the game is played. Hollywood is filled with what?
Gay people.
Say that again?
Gay people.
Gay people. By nature, right? Industry, fashion, music, all of it, it's a safe haven for gay people. It's where they go where their creative juices can flow and they feel at home. No different than you feeling like going to a black power movement around black people empowers you. Correct?
Right.
Tyler Perry has been in the industry 25 years?
Probably longer, yeah.
Maybe 30 years? Who do you think he's been surrounded by the whole 30 years?
Gay people.
More than anybody else.
Gay people.
Gay people, right? Now, work with me because I'm surgical with this shit, right? Mm-hmm. And he himself has been what? Molested. So he can relate to these people and their struggle and what they're going through. Because I'm laying this out because the next argument is, yeah, well, he put down $250 million, but already there's a gay agenda because he talked about helping gay people. He also talked about helping displaced women.
And little boys, too.
And little boys. And he said that shit first before he said the LB. I saw the interview. Yeah. But people don't want to mention that. They just want to mention the LBGT shit, right? Now, perspective has always been, I told you, my gift. And when I speak about perspective, I speak about putting myself on the other side of the spectrum and being unbiased in how you look at it. That's the only way you get true understanding of things. So I'm asking my audience, if all of a sudden you became homeless, let's say, shit happens, you fell on hard times, and now you in the trenches with homeless people. And you learn that homeless people, there's former doctors, lawyers, construction workers, athletes, entertainers, mentally ill people. And you down there for 10 years learning, and y'all create a bond. And then you come up, 600 million, you come up. And you build 330 acres. And you decided to create a bunker for homeless people. Would anybody have a problem with that? Because you had not black homeless people, because you'll learn when you're homeless, it might have been a white person that gave you a sandwich, a Mexican helped you build a hut. It really don't matter. So when you have $250 million, you could do what the fuck you want to do with your money. Like in my house, you can't smoke. Those are just my rules. In somebody else's house, maybe you're able to smoke, right? So here we are complaining that he's helping LGBT people, and that's his business. And the number one people Tyler Perry has helped is black people. He hires 90% black people. Go look at all of his damn movies. So we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to focus on who brought him through his hard times. That's his shit. As long as they in bunker 1 and I'm doing my movie in bunker 9, I wouldn't give a shit. But not black people. I figured you niggas out. Y'all Christians. Y'all waiting for the perfect person to come through. Even your spook who sat by the door has to be somebody sanctioned that you said, well, we knew that person. Well, y'all want Denzel to do it? Would that make y'all feel happy? Even Malcolm X said, white people can donate to us, but they can't join us. That was some profound shit when he left the Nation of Islam. So I'm only saying these things to put in total perspective what's going on with Tyler Perry. We want to make this issue about the LBGT. Now, I'm going to say this again. I only have issue with the LBGT from an agenda standpoint. What do you mean by that, Doc? Those sitting at the very top who are using it for political, social, economic gain, civil rights, those who are trying to effeminize, not the victims of LBGT. How can I say an 8-year-old kid who's a boy who at 8 years old knew he liked boys that he's in the Illuminati? What kind of stupid shit is that? Oh, just throw him a football. It don't work like that. All right? Black people, the man, woman, and child, if that's the shit you rocking with, everything outside of that peripheral, we feel there's a dysfunction. And that's fine. Now, LBGT may feel like this is who I am and they can fight for their rights. That's fine. But I cannot address you as somebody with a mental illness or a psychological illness and then persecute and criticize and crucify you for being fucking sick. That makes no sense to Black Dot whatsoever. So my stand on the LBT is only from the agenda. And I created the term gay-tanic to address that, which is those who do not consider themselves to be gay, but will perform gay acts for social, political, and economic gain. I came up with that shit, right? So that's a part of the agenda. But a kid whose psychological shit is out of balance, or a young girl who feels different, why would I blame her and crucify a fucking Tyler Perry for trying to help them? That makes no sense. The Joker movie had one critical statement that I thought was critical for the whole movie. Dope movie. We'll talk about it in a few. He said the worst thing about having mental illness is people expect you to act like you do not. I'm going to say that again. The worst thing about having a mental illness is people expect you to act like you do not. So we are persecuting those who have basically a mental illness because we think they should act like they don't. We see this shit going on YouTube all the time if you pay attention to a lot of things going on. So I'm summing all of that up to say this. When you have $250 million of your own money, this ain't no I own 115% of 1%.
Somebody mentioned this could be the Jay-Z thing.
No.
Yeah.
Jay-Z owned 115 of 1 fucking percent of the Nets. We're talking complete ownership. Even people were saying, well, the white man must have had to let him do that. No, he's not in bed with white people. He never sold none of his movies. He never sold the rights to none of he owns his shit outright. And put down, I don't care if the studio never opens. The fact that he spent, right, but the fact that he spent $250 million of his own money, and he gave certain people their flowers while they're here. Certain people we respect, Cicely Tyson and Diane Carroll and this one and that one. I don't want to hear nothing else about ownership and none of that shit. Even Jay-Z's so-called partnership with the NFL was not a partnership. A partnership is a 50-50 deal.
Yeah, people are using partnership as a real slick way.
No, a partnership means I'm coming with 50% or close to it, and you coming with the Jay-Z NFL shit is big bank, take little bank. We suck your energy up, use you for the purpose we need you to use you for. When we done for you, we're gonna spit you out because we sitting on $50 billion at minimum. Yeah. When you add up all of our teams, and we a fucking conglomerate. All right, and I've already stated my disposition on his portrayal of this and that. I've already said I don't want no parts of that.
State it again for the people in the chat.
I don't want no parts of that. Go back and watch all of the podcasts we've done. Whenever Tyler Perry's name come up, our disposition is just what yours is. The way he's portraying black men and this and that. But wouldn't that be the perfect strategic process if he was a spook who stopped by the door?
True.
How else would you get through Hollywood? Hollywood has too many filters.
If people read the book, he was called the Uncle Tom. He was called all of these.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna hold you. One of my new criteria to debate somebody is
you got to be a reader.
You got to be. You got to tell me the last book you read, because if you just going on YouTube, you YouTube scholars.
Yeah.
Because people throw around the word. They throw around the word. Boule right now. Yeah, and they don't even understand the inner workings of the boule.
No,
you can actually go on a website and look up the boule. They have an open website.
Yes.
So because a lot of people, they throw this word around for everybody. You get what I'm saying? And
yes. But that's,
I'm not. And Tyler Perry, I believe.
But understand, that's also a part of our coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It helps us deal with the shit that we don't want to. Motherfucker will tell you he didn't get the promotion at his job at a fucking trucking company because the boule had something to do with that shit.
Yeah, it's called Sigma Pi Phi, if anybody wants to look that up. Yeah.
Now, you cannot survive in Hollywood if you are homophobic. I'm telling you now, it's no way. It's too many filters. You don't have to be gay. I didn't say you have to be gay, but you can't be homophobic. and they test you along the way, or you only way you can be a down low homophobic, you cannot be outright homophobic and survive in Hollywood. It's impossible. In the music industry, it's impossible. In the fashion industry, it's that's their shopping ground. So wouldn't the most bizarre thing to do to get past the doors you needed to get by was to act like a woman? Now, I'm not making justification for Tyler Perry. I don't know what his motive was. I know now he put $250 million down. This place is massive, of his own money. And I simply said, this is war. This is phase one. Years before we're able to really reap the benefits of this studio.
And for the people who, and because it's a lot going on in the chat right now, so for the people who are going in on Tyler Perry, we agree. We said all of that.
But this is not a perfect war that we're fighting. No, we keep waiting.
I want to know
who.
What's his name? Lead Clinton. Who?
Are we back? Yes. I want to know who.
Lead Clinton. Who? Who would you rather?
Just tell me who.
Somebody mentioned Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed uses YouTube.
Absolutely.
He uses,
and then he used to put out pimp books. You know what I'm saying? If we want to get technical,
if you want to point something out,
everybody's got, because this is not perfect. Now, your children's children will one day be able to go to a studio and film a movie because they think that's what they should have done.
Yo, you want to know how fast something, the way time moves and the way generations move? I remember Eli, who is 6 years younger than me, was playing a wrestling game, right? Mm-hmm. And he's going through the characters, and he goes past The Rock. He goes, wait, isn't that Dwayne Johnson, the actor? I didn't even know he was a wrestler.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So by the time I have kids, by the time, and they're using the Tyler Perry suit, they're not going to know he dressed up like a woman.
Listen, there was a time when I got on a bus and sat in the front and didn't know I couldn't sit in the front. Because that's all I've ever known was to sit in the front of the bus, right? There was a time when you went to a restaurant and you just went and got a seat, but you had no idea there was a time you couldn't do that. So there's going to be a time in the future when your kids can go to a place in Atlanta and film movies. And they go, well, that's what I thought I should do. There's going to be a time when they want to start their own streaming company and go, well, why wouldn't I? There's going to be a time when they want to make fucking headphones and go, yeah, well, why wouldn't I?
Facts.
And it's all because small progression has been made. Not perfect. Got to stop this shit with the perfect shit. Right? There is no perfect. Jesus Christ is perfect. All right? In the psyche of black people. Everybody else is going to have some issues. Right? If all of a sudden came up on $250 million, they'll start pulling up shit from the 80s. By the way, the 80s were a crazy time. You know, you don't want to. But you understand my point?
Yeah.
So tell me who.
Yeah, Lee Clinton has a lot to say, man.
Who?
But I think we dropped the bomb on all of that.
Yes.
Feel me?
So I just wanted some clarity on that, so that we can get a greater understanding. We are in agreement that we want to watch and see what happens. But phase one, you got to get in the game somewhere. You have to be able to have a counter to what Hollywood is doing somewhere. And if your only argument is he's going to help the LGBTQ, that's his right to do so. Has absolutely nothing to do with if all of a sudden a movie that you wanted to do was greenlighted and they gave you a $50 million budget to go to his studio and do whatever you want, and you go, nah, because Tyler Perry's gay. Can't do it.
People, because it's people who's talking in the chat right now, a studio means nothing. I remember y'all telling me 6-7 months ago that a school in Delaware was going to be the savior of black people.
The savior of black people.
But, we're not going to talk about that either.
Right. A studio means nothing, but everything you do revolves around YouTube, Instagram, commercials, media. TV, and media, and it's our perception of self is our own worst enemy. And who controls the perception of self? So don't tell me a studio don't mean nothing. A studio in this day and time could mean everything.
Everything?
everything. You watching me through fucking YouTube right now. We don't own none of this shit. This is Hollywood. This is a variation of a studio production. So don't tell me it don't mean nothing when the image of us is beamed all around the country, and those small hats who control that image make sure we're never seen in a positive light. Now, if 10, 15 years down the line, nothing comes out of his studio, fine.
We'll say that.
But you gotta start somewhere. And we now can hold his feet to the fire. Not he's in bed with some Jews and the Jews have the real say so, but they letting him out in front. No. He put his own money down. So we should be able to go directly to Tyler Perry and go, listen, I want to film a movie of Nat Turner just chopping some fucking heads off. This is a real story about it. And I want to get this budget. What's good? Right? So let's see what kind of movies are going to come out of here. Got to start somewhere.
Facts.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm not caping for Tyler Perry. Forget who the individual is. See, I'm not into individualism. I'm into the progression. I know my children's children in 50 years will be able to go to this studio and won't know that Tyler Perry ever wore a dress. Maybe he wore a dress so you didn't have to.
That made my head hurt.
When we talk about sacrifice, maybe he wore a dress so you didn't have to. When we talk about those lines, I'm not crossing this line. Maybe you're not going to cross the gay line, but maybe the person you need to work with is just over the gay line. And they got the money, they got the budget, they got the vision. Oh, I can't work with you because you're gay. You niggas have created a bubble that you live in, and you think that gay people are gonna go away, and this black power euphoria that y'all waiting on. Y'all waiting on this shit. It's never gonna happen. I bet my life on it. Small things happen. That's why I'm with black supremacy of the microcosmic level. That's why we always stressing you need to handle your business and I need to handle my business so we can reap the benefits within our circumference. And if everybody did the same, we win. But y'all waiting for a savior, or y'all think Black Panther's gonna bust into Hollywood, take over the economic, the social, the political, the athletic realm, own all the teams. We need to own all. Y'all think that shit gonna happen overnight? Okay, all right.
We're gonna go to commercial.
Let's go to commercial, and let's get the podcast started.
Yeah, let's get the show started.
Go to commercial and then get the podcast started. All right. How y'all doing tonight? Ladies looking good. Listen, I grew up on hip hop. You guys grew up on hip hop. Skinny jeans, dresses, mumble rap, funny hair, auto tunes. What the hell is that? Purses. Oh my God, this is crazy, man. Listen, you guys have been a great audience. Log on to shoutouts.com to pick up the latest in urban apparel. I love you. Good night.
All right.
Yes.
We are back.
In the building.
We are back.
Here to get that thing done.
So last week, Amber Guyger, she got found guilty of manslaughter, or was it murder? I think it was murder. It was murder. She got 10 years. People lost it because it's 10 years, and a lot surrounded the actual court case.
Yes.
The actual what was happening.
It started getting weirded out.
Yeah, the judge came down, gave her a hug and a Bible. Everybody started forgiving her. It was it was nasty.
It was weird shit.
It was nasty.
It was some weirdo shit. Yeah.
So, one of the key witnesses, Joshua Brown, was killed. I think Monday. What day was he killed?
Friday.
He was killed Friday.
He was killed on 10-4.
Yes.
Which is a police code that means
he was killed. So
acknowledgement.
So like everybody else, I wanted to run out with the idea that this happened because the cops they wanted to silence him and things like that. And you were one of the only ones to say like, that don't really sound right. And then it forced me to step back as well, because once more the details came out, it didn't sound right on both angles, no matter which way you wanted to take it. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to believe the cop story, that didn't sound right. Right. The cops, they had a press conference. The police chief, black guy, bad hairline.
Yeah, that nigga hairline was fucked up.
Yeah. He came out and he said it was 3 people who came from Louisiana to Dallas to buy weed from Joshua Brown. Right. Scuffle ensued. He winds up shooting one. They wind up killing him. They take his bag. They drive. They make 3 stops. They drive somebody off somewhere. They take the dude who got shot to the hospital. And
he was the second drop off.
He was the second drop off. And then he agreed. The dude that got shot agreed to testify that they was trying to, buy drugs.
Yeah,
it just sounded odd. And then when they check his apartment, he had 14 pounds of weed. He had money. He had all these things.
A gun, some other shit.
And that made me scratch my head as well, because if you're a drug dealer, if I'm a drug dealer, I know I live in the building with a cop because she just killed somebody.
Right. Well, he moved since then.
He moved,
but in the same complex, from what I understand, and the people in the chat will kind of give me the details on it. But he moved, but it wasn't too far. Like just in the next, I think.
Got it.
Piece.
Got it. And what was I saying? So you still gonna sell drugs? And then the whole thing about somebody driving from Louisiana to buy weed. It's not coke. It's not to buy weed.
None of this shit made sense. So when the first piece dropped, I said, Malcom, because I'm always saying I don't want to emotionally get in front of the camera and say something. Yeah. I said, let's wait, because it didn't make sense to me, because our attention span as black people is only 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's fact.
So while our attention is still focused on the Amber Guyger situation because of all the hugs and this and that, why would y'all kill him then? If this was the police knockoff, I'm like, all y'all needed to do was wait 30 days, catch him walking down the street or whatever the case may be, and we like things to make sense. We'd have been like, oh, well, why do it while all of our focus and attention was on it? So that just didn't bode well with me. Right. And then when this piece came out, that he was shot, because first he was shot in the mouth and this and that, and 3 dudes traveling for weed 300 miles for goddamn weed,
and they couldn't find none.
And listen, I've sold drugs for only 3 days, but even I know this: you don't shit where you eat at. Yeah. Why wouldn't he meet them halfway or meet them at a neutral place? And we could do the whole, I got the money, you got the stuff. I got the stuff that's close by. You know the shit from Scarface. We could do that shit. Why would you do that? And why would you do that knowing the police are watching you? You're probably receiving death threats already. Right. You have to walk a fine line. Yeah. None of this made any sense. And then conveniently today, pictures have been released of him with stacks of money. I don't know if these pictures are. I don't know. This is just weird. The whole process does not make any sense to me. And if they knew this before the case, wouldn't your defense bring that up immediately? I saw the testimony. Him breaking down. Something is not right. Something is not sitting right. I don't know.
And something else. The Dallas Police Department is launching an internal affairs investigation on some of their officers for posting racial.
25 officers, from what I understand,
for posting racial
things on social media, because that's the way they really feel. We're talking Texas. We're talking Dallas. Yeah. You know what I mean? So don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? So I would not be surprised. Like I said, the date was 10-4. You know what I mean? That's how if it's any code, that's the one, 10-4, nigga. We got that. You know what I mean? Because he shot the dude, they shot him, then they get in the car, and they don't drop the dude who's bleeding off first. They drop off the other guy.
And they don't live in Texas.
So where they going?
Yeah.
Where you going? You're not from Texas. Yeah. You don't know nothing. All you know is the road that you came in on. That's weird. And because it's weird, it doesn't sit well with me. So we're going to watch and we're going to pay attention, because I believe from this point, there's going to be another shoe that drops. Somebody know this kid.
Yeah.
I want to hear from the people in Joshua Brown's neighborhood. If they come clean and go, son, I gotta come clean, Doc. He was a hustler. He was a drug dealer the whole time.
So why would he be a witness?
I have no idea.
I wouldn't do that.
But if his neighborhood, one thing you can't front on is your hood.
Yeah.
Your hood they know all about you.
Right.
Because the police chief even said we started receiving numerous reports and tips.
Yeah.
How convenient is that?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have checked his house otherwise, but because of all the tips that came in, we decided to check his house and find weed and amphetamine and all this old shit. Makes no sense. And if the police are involved, that's just sloppy work.
Yeah.
When you know black people's attention span is only 3 weeks. 3 weeks tops.
And somebody else put in the chat, this is also interesting. They were automatically charged with capital murder.
Oh.
That's weird.
That's weird. That means they getting railroaded. You know what I mean? Listen. And to conveniently, the third guy, the driver, just conveniently gives up all of the details. Yeah, officer, you caught me. This is what happened. We drove down 400 miles and we met him. Yeah. And there was a scuffle. It just don't make sense. It's very sloppy unless this Amber Guyger situation is even deeper than what we think it is. Now I know he was set to testify
against the police
in the civil case, but again, the civil case ain't coming right away.
Yeah,
give it 30 days and we can knock him off. Make it seem a little bit more convenient than that. Not why America's eyes are focused in on that. That's sloppy work, in my humble opinion. If that's what happened, but somebody gonna tell us something. I need to hear from his hood.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Side note: if you like this hat, this is Professor Griff's hat. Serious Times. Go to Serious Times, and you can get one of these hats from Professor Griff. You already know what it is. Peace to the gods. Soleil got a new dope album out.
Oh.
Yes, a new hip-hop album out that's kicking. You know what I mean? So shout her out. Go show her some love.
Oh.
Yeah, it's some heat coming out. My man NY Oil, a.k.a. Kool Kim from the UMCs, has got a heat rock coming called Demo Music. It's some good music coming. Okay. It's some real good music out here coming. So we're going to support as we normally do.
Yeah.
What's going on in our community and, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So that's what's popping with that.
Somebody said we look like Latin kings.
We look like the Latin kings?
This is their colors, yeah.
That's right, baby. Don't get it twisted. I'm from the BX, baby. It pops. We got that crown on there.
Yeah. I don't know if I like these now.
Oh, yeah. We might have to get rid of these. Yeah. It's an ass. So you have colors.
We were just trying to display new color hoodies we got.
Yeah. It's really about.
And then black supremacy. I'm like, I gotta be in black, right?
It's gotta be in black. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Now for the ladies, y'all might want that in pink. Anything y'all want, we here to please. But I can see the Spanish guys going, hey, say.
Yeah.
Oh, you Latin king?
Yeah.
No, nigga, I ain't no Latin king.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Speaking on Latin gangsters.
Spanish gangsters.
It was just reported today that Tekashi 6ix9ine, the OG blood from 9 Trey, has signed a $10 million deal behind the prison wall.
Get that money.
Yeah.
And y'all niggas is complaining. And he's behind enemy line. He behind prison wall signing deals. And the black community can't get $1 million together for a school. Clap that shit up. Yo, this is the weirdest shit I've heard today.
Yo, son, I thought it was fake.
I thought it was fake until
TMZ,
Vlad,
all of them,
they're all reporting this.
Yeah, so it's for 3 albums, 2 English ones, 1 Spanish one. And the fact that he's even considering coming back out and making music like nothing happened.
Yes.
And because all my friends and everybody else say, oh, this new generation don't care about snitching like we do. It don't matter. I don't think we give the younger generation as much credit as they deserve. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was him. I think it was just what he was getting away with that was enticing to the younger generation. He was thumbing his nose at every rapper, every older rapper that we like. So it was kind of like, but now I don't see what younger rapper is going to work with him.
I don't see who's going to work with him.
who's going to work with him.
Because how can I trust you? I'm in the studio smoking weed, doing what I'm doing. How can I trust you with anything?
Right.
You know what I mean? But that shows you how far hip slop has gone.
And that was hip slop.
Yeah, it's not even shit hop. I started calling it shit hop 15 years ago. Then it went to hip hop. Now it's hip slop. I mean, this shit is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? That he can come out, and if anybody caping with him, I don't want to hear nothing.
No, and I'm actually interested to see how it's going to go, because what he was doing before, right? If somebody said something to him, he would say something foul and then dare you to do something because he had a team behind him. He had a team behind him. They're in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So how you gonna operate now? You know somebody should just be able to walk up to that little dude and smack him.
But $10 million, he could pay for security now.
Well, $10 million is only $4 million in reality, but still
true. And then $4 million, he's not gonna live in New York no more.
Yeah, he can hustle.
He's gonna probably move to Mississippi, buy a big house for $500,000,
and just do his albums from his plantation or off his compound. Yeah, but the hip slop has reached an all-time low today with this, because he also mentioned he wanted no security. He didn't want to go in the witness protection program. Yeah. So, because he can't make $10 million in the witness protection program.
And it's weird because usually when rappers go to jail, when rappers have a high-profile court case like that, record labels step off.
Right. They're going, we don't want to be involved. Our name connected to that.
$10 million. Who's really getting record deals that big anymore?
Yes.
So that means they think they're gonna get even more money. $10 million we giving you?
Yeah. Then they think they're gonna make $100 million, $250 million back.
It's kind of sick.
That is some really sick shit. That is some really, really sick shit.
Kind of sick. So,
what else we got going on?
The NBA showing their true colors. Okay, let's hit this.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
NBA is showing their true colors. The general manager from the Rockets, he tweeted
Mora. What's his name? Something Mora.
Yeah, he tweeted something. In support of Hong Kong or what they're going through in China right now. You know, the civil unrest. If you paying attention to what's going on, they're wilding out there.
Yes, it's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on out there
outside of the borders of America, dealing with uprising, democracy, freedoms, the world in itself. And this is what I mean by there is a conscious community everywhere. Their fight may be different, but there are people who are awakening against supremacy everywhere.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And we actually spoke about, I think it was last week or the week before, their Chinese Muslim concentration camps. Well, at least 2 million Muslims in there. They're torturing them, killing them. So the general manager from the Rockets tweeted something in support for the people in Hong Kong, and China immediately pulled out all support of the NBA.
And that's a big drop off.
That's a big drop off because a lot of their market.
It's a lot of guap out in China.
LeBron makes a lot of money out there. A lot of these stars make a lot of money out there.
Yeah, absolutely. With their sneaker deals. Yeah. And damn, Stephon Marbury has got 2 statues built to him out there. You know what I'm saying? For winning championships out in China. So basketball is big out in China. And, our support of that is huge in China. Huge.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting because when the whole Kaepernick thing was happening, the NBA, a lot of the NBA coaches, the players, even a lot of their fans were saying, see, this is why the NBA is so good, it's better than the NFL, because there are a lot of their players
to speak their piece,
speak up. And LeBron, I'm not going to shut up and dribble. I'm going to talk about Trump, and everybody gets to talk about Trump, and everybody gets to do all of this. But soon as the China pulled out their money, everybody got quiet.
Absolutely.
Mute. Everybody's scared to say anything. Everybody is it's ugly. It's ugly.
It's ugly out there. Facts.
And I think it just shows hypocrisy that y'all could talk about anything else here, but when it really matters,
because at the end of the day, you got to just follow the money.
That's what it is.
We speak about that.
Yeah.
You follow the money, and they allow you to have and see. It's a false norm to think that the NBA is progressive. It looks progressive.
I said this,
but they do that because they want to quiet you niggas down.
Last year,
they want to give you niggas the illusion that you have freedom to speak your mind. So they get behind you when the NFL took the opposite route.
And they get behind you when it's low hanging fruit.
It's easy stuff to get behind.
They're not letting them say that? Okay, say that.
Say that.
Go ahead.
Do that. Go support that. But China is big money.
Making y'all sneakers for 3 cents.
For 3 cents. Right. So obviously, and I didn't even think about that aspect.
Yeah.
Forgot about the aspect that they're manufacturing the sneakers at, in sweatshops and things of that nature. So this is big business, and they telling you better shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
so basically, but it put Silver.
Was Adam Silver?
Adam Silver in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So he had to hold Daryl Morey down.
Yeah.
Because it would have looked really bad.
Well, it looks bad now because it's people that are going to the basketball games. They're protesting for Hong Kong. They're getting escorted out the building.
And they're getting escorted out the building.
People in press conferences are asking questions about the China situation. They're getting the mics taken from them, and they're saying next question. You know what I'm saying? Trump is now. He got.
Oh, Trump.
He pinning his ears back now. He's y'all want to talk about the country, talk about how bad the country is, how bad I'm doing. But when he said, I watched Steve Kerr, he looked like a scared little boy. I was like,
and then they cut to Steve Kerr, and he was like, yes, the hypocrisy of this. But we're gonna see how this plays out. Because I think Silverman is going to be like, listen, let all that heat calm down, and we're going to get back to that bag. And
I think he's out there right now trying to quell things.
Of course. You damn right he out there right now.
Thank you, James Thomas, for the donation. And thank you, Yannick Doctor.
And you will get this hoodie at shoutouts.com very shortly. And we're going to put some dope colors up.
And I said this last week that South Park has been on it lately about these. About China.
I think they're time travelers or something.
Them and the Simpsons. Right?
Them and the Simpsons. Something they know that just be on point, that just manifest itself. So, side note, 2 of Giuliani's people.
Yes, two. Well, the impeachment stuff for Trump it's been like nonstop for the past like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been
a lot of stuff happening, and I think the Democrats, they do have more than enough votes to impeach him, and he told in the White House informed Democrats that they're not gonna cooperate with the whole process. That's some
they say, yo, we ain't cooperating. That's like you being arrested. And they have a warrant for my arrest, and I go, no, I'm not cooperating, and I'm not coming out of my house, and that's it.
That's gangster. I'm not gonna lie.
That's some gangster shit.
And so, 2 really Giuliani's
Senator Shaw, stop just chatting and donate to. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you, man. Absolutely.
So 2 of Rudy Giuliani's people, they got arrested for trying to dig up. They were taxed. With digging up dirt on Joe Biden.
What's the fascination with Joe Biden? Is he the head guy who's going to run against Trump? You think?
I don't know. I think he's done really.
So who's it going to be?
I don't know. I don't know who really.
I think this is the latest for me. I'm not really into politics, but it's the latest. I haven't seen a definitive candidate that they try to get me the cake for on the Democratic.
Well, the thing with Biden is I think
first of all, he's a pervert. He's a quantum pervert.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucker right there.
Yeah, but I think he thought his cosign from Obama would get him through.
Oh, you can't even mention Obama because he was repping LGBTQ. Everybody I mentioned who we think who has done anything. I didn't say perfect. Anything I just threw that in there to kind of fuck with the people who
upset.
Were upset.
But what was I about to say? So that's
can't say Michelle Obama. I'm not even sure she's a woman. Yeah, all right.
So the whole trying to dig up dirt on Biden thing. That's like Watergate with Nixon.
Yes. That's how that was Scott. Nixon
that's
fucked
exactly
up in 74.
That's exactly
or 72.
What Watergate
That's
was.
exactly what got them bagged.
So I want to see where this goes.
Okay. All right, but we do know it's a performance.
Yeah.
So some of it is performance. Some of it is above our understanding and pay grade.
And the thing, with Biden is, I think his son was working with Ukraine Oil or something like that. He was making like $50,000 a month.
Okay.
Under the it was something. It's something greasy. All of them, man.
It's all greasy. When you start dealing in politics on that level, and deals that take place, and shush like that.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Oh no, time out. We got to discuss the homicide that Arsenal put on.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so I watched the battle.
You watched the battle?
I did, and
okay.
It was ugly.
How ugly was it?
It wasn't so. It wasn't a really good battle on both sides to me, because sometimes when one is like really really bad and the other guy is
the other guy is
gotta be even.
Win.
Yeah, it gotta be some sort of fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cassidy still raps like it's 2006.
And that's the problem.
Yes, and his team was they keep lying to him and telling
that's
him
the problem.
that he's good. He's not.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
See, there's a vibration and energy of everything we do. Even I was trying to explain this to you. If you haven't played ball in 10 years, you understand the concept of basketball. But your timing and the way the game is played and the dribbling sequences is just different. It requires time for you to get in sync. But if you are stubborn, as Cassidy is, and think that he still lives in 2006, which brings me to another point that I wanted to make. We have become prisoners of our own thinking. Meaning, I know people who haven't changed their thinking in 35 years. I know dudes who still got a demo in their pocket, and they tell me that they still believe there's a chance for them to get a deal. I swear. I know 5%ers who still sound like they just got their hands on their lessons. Yo, God, they still talking like it's 1983. I know people in the conscious community who are talking the same hotep, this, that. It's a mindset. And I only say this to say, you have to evaluate your own thinking to find out if you are the reason you're not progressing in your life. I do it all the time. That's why it seems like sometimes I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, because in real time I have to evaluate. Because doing the same things and expecting a different result,
it is insanity.
It's insanity.
Yes.
And stagnation leads to death, which also includes your thinking. So a lot of people can't get past this concept that we one day are going to win, but they don't have no idea how we're going to win. So I'm saying the small victories matter. The small victories, finding the small things, even in never throw the baby out with the bathwater. All of this stuff is important. So the progress that Jay-Z makes, whether I care about him, is important.
We were talking about battle rap.
Oh yeah, battle rap.
Got off a whole tangent.
But it was back to thinking.
He thinks he's in 06.
He still thinks he's in 06. He still think he that dude, that nice dude from 06. He thought he could just watch a few battles and decide to come out. And the game is constantly evolving. The cadence is constantly evolving. Take the Shaq and Dame Dollar,
which is pretty good.
It's a very good battle.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Shaq returned. Ooh. But Shaq is rhyming like 2006. Yeah. 2008, but he's Shaq. And Dame Dollar's his flow, his cadence is modern. So the young dudes is going, nah, Dame got this. So you get an understanding of flow and cadence and why it's important. Yeah. So I think that Cassidy should have studied more. Mm-hmm. Right?
Because Jay Mills came back and lost.
Right. Absolutely.
And
Jay Mills was nice.
Yeah, Jay Mills was nice.
You can't just leave the flow.
Lux came back and choked his first round.
But then what did he do?
He said, I had to get the feel. Had to get the feel.
And then he came and he put in that work. Right? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Lux stayed still connected to the culture.
Yeah, because he was doing Lions Den battles and
so
stuff
even
like
though
that,
he wasn't battling, he was still close to the culture.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. So Cassidy, thank you, Damon Collins. Appreciate that.
Demain Collins.
Demain Collins.
You know him.
Yeah, that's my people.
Shout out to Demain.
Oh, side note again for those who just came into the chat, I did a piece on Tyler Perry, and my chair was mutilated. And some people, the knowledge was so powerful, but the chair was even more fucked up. So you could go to my Cashapp, $ the black dot, and there's 2 chairs. There's one for 99 at Staples. It's nice. I sat in it, I spun around. I said, this is nice. But the one for 149, I said, oh, okay. Yeah. So if you want to help me, go to my Cashapp. Don't hit the super chat. That's Malcom shit. He don't be sharing none of that shit, man. Just keep it in the buck. So this side note, yeah. You want to go to commercial?
Yeah, let's go to another commercial break.
Let's do a commercial break. Icons. Celebrities covering one eye who are sworn to secrecy to mislead the masses into a life of negativity by way of destructive behaviors, i.e. drugs, sex, violence, etc. Most of these celebrities you see in the music industry and in Hollywood have taken a sworn oath to protect what they have going and to have you being misled by using drugs, violence, and all of these other crazy behaviors. Be careful. Beware of those who are pointing at one eye, covering one eye, or trying their best to shut down your first eye. Log on to UrbanX.NYC for the latest in apparel, or shop UrbanX.com to pick up the latest in our not so subtle teas. And we thank you for your support. Peace. Yeah.
And we are back.
And we are back.
We have returned.
We have returned.
We talked about a lot of drama today, so I want to give some space to where we highlight the very best in our communities.
Oh, yeah, that's always a good thing. We always try to highlight the small victories that lead to greater victories. Right? Okay, I like this part of the show.
Yes, this is called the Urban Excellence section of the show. So we have 2 stories today.
Okay.
They were both sent to me by DJ the Money Coach. Shout out to you.
Shout out to DJ the Money Coach. As a matter of fact, we're doing a webinar soon.
We're going to do another webinar soon. We'll have information on that next week.
Okay. All right. Because, we keep these things coming. We try to add a balanced show to, we're going to have finances. We're going to bring a couple of special guests up here real soon.
Yes.
Again, to add some balance to what we do. Because we don't want to just be up here talking smack.
So the first one goes to Rose Spencer. She has a school, her own homeschooling center. It's called Know Thyself Academy.
Know Thyself Academy.
Yes.
Let's get that cooking right away.
She teaches Black history, and she teaches it from, again, our perspective. She highlights people like Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, all these.
Yes.
From their website, it's actually knowthyselfacademy.org. I actually have it in the description below.
It's in the description below.
From what I understand, it's like the Learning Tree.
So
I used to. My parents had me in a pre-K to kindergarten program called the Learning Tree, and we learned everything.
Yes.
Like, we learned about Malcolm X, we learned about Marcus Garvey. And I'm 4 and 5.
4 and 5 years old.
You know what I'm saying? And when you I worked in the Department of Education in New York City, and when you understand how the curriculum is here compared to what I was learning back then, it's night and day. And see, because me and your moms understood the importance, not that we weren't doing it at home, because we were, but outside of the home needs to be an extension of what goes on inside the home, unless you can homeschool. Right.
And which is what this young lady, what's her name again?
Rose Spencer
is doing. So she's providing, and this is important because how you feel about yourself.
Mm-hmm. And so, I'm glad you got to that. So the website, on the first page, it says, promoting academic success and social responsibility while instilling a sense of cultural identity.
Yes, clap that up.
As you just said that.
Yes. Because how you feel about yourself is critical, right?
Right.
Even from an early age. So I'm always talking about, when we get back to this Hollywood stuff, they understand that. So our worst enemy is our perception of ourselves. And our perception of Yes. So when we control the perception of ourselves, even in small pockets, it matters. Remember, I had a after school program in my house called the Now Withstanding, which was knowledge, wisdom, and understanding made into one word. Don't ask me the why, I chose that. But we dealt with all of these issues. We dealt with this kind of information on a regular basis. So what's her name again? One more time for me.
Rose Spencer.
Rose Spencer, we love you. We appreciate you. And what you're doing is amazing. I wouldn't care if you had 3 students or 30 students. This is what we do when we talk about small victories of people putting in that work, just making a change within your boundaries. You know what I mean?
What you can do.
What you can do changes somebody's life, and it helps somebody. And we want to recognize Rose Spencer for that body of work.
Somebody said, I guess they're asking about the learning tree. Malcom, are they teaching business, economics, and politics? Oh, at this school, I'm not actually sure about the entire curriculum.
Right, but that's why you got to go onto the website and inquire. And this may be her first or second or third year, because my man Marcus Klein, his program is advanced.
We highlighted him.
Yeah, we highlighted Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. It's advanced, but he's been around as an educator for a minute. He's got kids, I believe, that are already in college, based on the body of work he's done. So some people are just getting started with their program, and you know what I'm saying, and they're developing their curriculum as they go along. So again, I can see people already looking at, well, she ain't teaching this, and you know what I mean? So slow down and let's just appreciate what Rose is doing and not focus on what she's not doing.
So what I'm seeing on the website, you can go check it out, is it's a pretty standard curriculum: language arts, math, science, social studies, history. But like I said, if you look at the website, it is for our story.
Our story. So math and reading and writing, those are the general things
which they need.
You're going to need to function in society.
Which they need.
But knowing who you are, that's that extra mile that we have to instill in young people so that they have a sense of pride of who they are. You know what I'm saying? And society will take that away from you if you allow them to. Right? They don't even mention slavery in a lot of these textbooks no more. It was what involuntary labor or some weird.
That was in the textbook in Texas.
Yeah, in Texas, some weird terminology they tried to use. You know what I'm saying, which didn't make sense, but it was coded, and we know what it was.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So big up Rose Spencer.
So the next Urban Excellence highlight goes to, I don't want to ruin the sister's name. Malua Hall.
Malua Hall.
Yeah, I think that's how you say her name. I don't want to say.
Okay.
But she is a certified massage therapist, a professional. She runs a small business called Your Body, a Love Your Body massage spa in Detroit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's clap that up.
Yes.
Big up to the D. Yes. Yes.
DJ the Money Coach personally vouches for both of these women.
Okay.
I mean, he said they're both very professional. They've both been serving their communities. So we want to give a shout out to those people.
So give me something about, because I could be in Detroit at any given time. I travel. So, what's entailed with this massage?
Okay, I'm gonna show you right now. Get more information. But they have Valentine's Day specials and things like that.
Oh,
for you and your lady.
Okay, nice.
You and your lady in there. She working hard on these graphics.
Yes,
we have some technical difficulties.
Nah, she gets it done. Wifey.
They take Groupon specials as well. They have couples. They have What else they have? They got a lot, man. Just go check that. I have that in the description below.
What's the website?
It's a lot. You just gotta look in the website.
Okay, just look into the piece. But what's her name again? Let me make Malcolm mess that up again.
I would put it in the chat.
Malcolm, don't you have a college degree?
Yes, I do.
And you should know how to phonetically work these words out.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. I be ruining people's name, and I don't want to offend them, so I put it in the chat just now.
Well, let me give you a Ghetto Cosby story.
No.
The people out here want a Ghetto Cosby story, yes?
No.
Yes, Ghetto Cosby? This is a short one. This is how your brother learned how to speak English.
Which brother?
Marcus, your oldest brother.
Okay.
Your oldest brother.
Okay.
One time your mother was curling her hair in the bathroom, and she had the curling iron out and blang, 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 and she laid it down. And you know how kids do. He was like 2.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed the curling iron, but he didn't grab it from the handle.
Okay.
He grabbed it from the hot part.
Got it.
And he screamed at the top of his lungs.
What did he scream?
No, we had to tell him that was hot. And he pronounced this shit so perfect. He said, hot. Hot. And from that point on, he went to become an English major. He went on to learn to pronounce all of his words correct. And now he is a master of English. I don't know how we got to that Ghetto Cosby story, but that's how sometimes kids gotta learn. And touch the stove, motherfucker, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's hot. So big up to the massage parlor, doing great things, bringing in couples, having Groupon specials. And because sometimes you just need to decompress.
And I have a soft spot for family run business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For the people who know what we do here, I have a real
absolutely.
We're really pro family business
to get it
pro
done.
Black business.
And we need that support. So we put that in the chat section as well. And we're gonna clap that up because I might be in Detroit at any given time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I just want to, quick roll call. Shout out to the people who are in the chat with us. Shout out to the people who rock with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thursdays, it's busy on these YouTube streets.
Yes, busy out here. Y'all could be giving y'all attention to other networks.
We appreciate you guys for being here with us. We appreciate all the love and support, all the donations, all the listeners who listen to us on Apple Podcasts,
yes,
Google Podcasts, because a lot of people they don't catch the YouTube,
right?
So
they get the audio,
yeah,
and that's important too.
Yeah.
So we want to make these mediums available. Again, a lot goes into what we do that you don't see, and I don't ever want you to think we taking you for granted.
Facts.
And we don't, so we really appreciate your time and energy, and we're really trying to run this as if, because I'm always speaking about the happening. Mm-hmm. We have to conduct ourselves as if we are already on a major network, so that when a call comes in, Byron Allen with all the money, and he's a black guy, forget the fact that he has a white wife who really for his help, wants to give us a deal, right? Or Tyler Perry, I don't care the fact that you like gay people, that's none of my business. It's Hollywood, everybody gay sometime. You know what I'm saying? Wants to cut us a podcast deal that we are ready to go. We don't have to be trained. We have an audience that rocks with us. We know how this lights, camera, editing in real time. Wifey is editing this up in real time. Okay, so this is what we're trying to do to bring this to you guys. And yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.
So it's a story out right now that Sesame Street has showed a new Muppet, and the Muppet has a mother who is addicted to opioids.
Wow.
So lately, Sesame Street has been trying to tackle a lot of different
progressive things.
Yeah, they've been trying to tackle a lot of different issues. But I thought this was interesting because as soon as I told you about the story, what did you say?
I said my mother was a junkie. I didn't have no Muppets.
No,
when I grew up.
No, I'm saying you said my mother was a junkie. Okay, I get it.
Right, right.
And I said it would have been great for you back then to see something like that. But now, since opioids is a thing that people want to highlight,
and white people are suffering from it, now they want to. Absolutely. And when you said that, I said, wow, that is an amazing That's an amazing point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now opioids is so-called destroying the country. It's an issue now. And, you know, I understand them being progressive, but I could have used that. Right. You know what I mean? There's a lot of young kids who could have looked at Sesame. And I'm not knocking Sesame Street because, you know, they're fucking Muppets. Right. You know what I mean? And we made the most of the Muppets during that time. But now they want to get. Didn't they have some gay stuff going on?
Bert and Ernie. They made Bert and
Ernie gay.
I think they were brothers.
I thought they were brothers too growing up. It never even came across my mind that Bert and Ernie were lovers. Yeah. Never. It never came across my mind. I know Snuffleupagus looked like he was on that run. Yeah. Maybe that was he was like Snuffleupagus. Yeah. Today's, you know, now that's the way he snuff talked.
The Count was a pimp.
Count was a pimp. 3 hoes.
Cookie Monster was on that stuff.
Cookie Monster was on that shit. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Yum 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 yum.
He was wilding.
Yum 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 yum. Yeah, that motherfucker was good. But Oscar was my dude. Oscar was sarcastic. He lived in a garbage can. He just was like, man, listen. Yeah. So all of that, you know, the Muppets are trying to stay relevant in this day and time. You know, I'm gonna give you another ghetto story. I'm gonna give you another one. This is a true ghetto story.
Go ahead. You know what's crazy? I already know what story you're about to tell, and I don't believe you.
I was supposed to be.
I don't believe you.
On Sesame Street.
I've never believed you.
I was supposed to be one of them little black kids on Sesame Street. My Aunt Rosie, God bless her, she just passed away a month ago. She lived to be 95. She would go up 8 flights of stairs to get to her home. She was very active. She had all her senses. But she knew the black guy personally from Sesame Street. And I used to go to her house every other week and spend the weekends. And she told me she talked to him and they were going to get me on the show. And I never got on the show. Never got on that show. Yeah. Supposed to be on that show. Yeah. Well, and that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
No, that my aunt wouldn't lie to me.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, so really interesting news. October 7th, it came out that Pope Francis he's considering lifting the celibacy requirement for priests.
They clap that up. And priests need a little bit of ass. Yeah. Stop messing with these boys.
Yeah.
Right? Even he know this shit is out of control.
Yeah.
Right? And how can you praise God that which you say you come from, and the only way you are here is that somebody had to do the thing for you to get here. I don't understand the psychosis with these people who decide they want to. Now, if you're saying for a specific period of time during your studies and course, you know, maybe a 3-year period, you refrain from sex so that you can stay focused, I get that. You know what I mean? Retain your semen and all of the. I get that so that you may elevate and illuminate to higher levels. Great. After that 3-year period, and you graduate, and you get your Pope shit or whatever, your priesthood, you supposed to be in the club letting them ones go. You follow what I'm saying? Because if not, this is what we have going on. Yeah. All of this stuff where, you know, and we know that it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
With the male boy combination and relationship
and their religion.
And their religion, it's deeper than that. So I don't want to insult the people in my chat room who know what that is. But if it saves a few boys, goddamn, you know what I mean? Yeah, let them get a nut off every now and then. Let them nuns, you know, tickle that thing too.
Yeah, and this Pope, he's ruffling a lot of feathers.
Yeah, he's very progressive. And he's very
weird.
It's weird to see a Pope act like this, but you can't continue pushing that craziness.
No, I think honestly it's because religion as a whole is. The more information we know and the more people want to be, you know, smart.
It's suffering.
It's suffering a lot. So I guess he's trying to, I guess catch a new crowd. I don't.
No, it's true. It's true because again, we're in the age of so-called Aquarius. We're coming into 2020, the awareness of things, and you got to be able to qualify that religion, and it has to be something tangible that I can use. Because once we start asking questions,
Yeah, exactly.
it's over. And that goes with everything. Once you start asking questions, if these questions cannot be answered, side note, I heard Rizza Islam is locked up in a prison.
Whoa.
And I heard he's locked up not for the charges per se, but for some contempt of court situation.
Contempt for, like, he tried to show the judge up.
He tried to, from what I understand, and I don't want to misquote, the judge tried to accuse him of something, and he had to correct the judge, and they put him in he's in a maximum prison. Whoa. That's what he said. Because I think Brother Ben X had him on for a few minutes. So shout out to Rizza Islam and his family, and hopes that all is well, because we don't want no black people in jail. Point blank. And please don't tell me, because I know how you niggas is already thinking, well, he was studying Scientology. I wouldn't give a fuck what he was studying. If you could beat the government, let's say he was beating the government for $3 million.
I'm not really familiar with.
Stop this. You know what I mean? Now y'all caping for the government. Well, he beat the government for $3 million. I wouldn't give a shit what happened. And I'm not saying that did happen. I'm simply saying we don't want no black men who are out here trying to waking people up to be in jail. So Rizza Islam, who I've never met this brother a day in my life, but I pay attention to what's going on these streets. They got him in a prison, and he shouldn't be in a fucking prison. That's all I'm going to say.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Colin Kaepernick is still trying to get a job. He said
Colin Kaepernick ain't trying to get no damn job.
His team sent out a press release.
Ooh.
Trying to,
Well, I guess the XFL is having a draft.
True.
This week, yes?
Yes, this week.
The XFL is having a draft.
It's 15.
There's more than one way to make it to the NFL.
True.
So he needs to go.
Actually, I think the quarterback on what team is this? I think it might have been the Steelers quarterback. He came from the AFL. I mean the AE, like that league that shut down.
He came from there.
Yeah.
So there's more than one way to make the NFL.
Yeah.
Just like it's more than one way to make the NBA now, right? So if he comes to the XFL and starts throwing lasers, right? Mm-hmm. You trying to tell me a team is not going to go, let's bring him up.
And
because then he would solidify his argument. See, because we can all say, well, he's been out of the league 3 years. We don't know, he might be rusty. The league changes because there is a turnover going on of new quarterbacks coming into the league.
Oh, yeah.
But if he goes to the XFL and shows that he don't belong there, like he is above this, then I believe that solidifies his argument, because now his resume is current. Now, if he's in the XFL and he's taking a knee, then we back to square one with this shit. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, he won't.
You never know. Never know with this nigga. You never really know.
So, somebody put in the chat, they said that, what do you think about, they said the first teen in New York died from vaping.
I don't believe that.
Yo, it's not bugged that people all of a sudden dying from vaping.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think the cigarette tobacco companies may be in on this. It may be a takeover of some companies, So I'm not too sure. I need a little bit more data, before we start saying so and so is dying off of vaping.
Yeah, I feel like because at first it was like, yo, vaping is taking over the tobacco and smoking industry, and now all of a sudden people are dying. Like,
yeah. And remember, cigarettes is still a multi-billion-dollar industry.
But if I'm a tobacco company, right? Mm-hmm. Why not get behind these vaping?
Well, maybe that's how you do it. You collapse it first, and then you come to them when their company was worth $40 million and go, now your company's worth $6 million. We'll take it off your hands, and next thing you know, ping, that shit is back up. So I need to talk to the money coach to find out if I need to put a few dollars into vaping.
Smart.
Facts. So y'all need to pay attention on the next webinar because that might be a great question to ask.
You heard about Matt Lauer? He got a new rape accusation against him.
Yeah, and it's the details are very graphic and
Gruesome.
brutal.
Yeah, gruesome.
This is a nasty dude.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, is this going to galvanize the Me Too movement, or is that movement completely dead?
It might be over for that.
Is it?
I haven't heard anything, and now it's becoming like we're gonna need more than just your word to just bury these people now. Because you know why? Because it got mixed up with the cancel culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So once you do that, you kind of weaken your own movement because now people are just tired of the whole cancel culture thing now.
Gotcha.
And now it's like, nah, we need proof. We're not just gonna say it and
facts.
So
facts. Any questions in the chat? Yeah, if you read the details on what Matt did, that was ugly. What do you think about the Drake situation and his dad
and his pops? I believe Drake.
Okay.
Because I think his pops just looks like the type that he's spent. I don't think he was gone for his entire childhood. I think he was there in spots, and I think he's playing the spots in his head as his whole childhood.
Yeah.
I was there, or he's taking
wouldn't a child know?
Right, and I think he's taking the term absentee father as literal. Like,
right,
I wasn't absent.
No,
I was
on the road because a lot of kids who have parents who are in the military. Their pops might be gone for long periods of time. A lot of these millionaire athletes don't know their children. You know what I mean? Because they playing, and it's not absent in the sense that you weren't handling your responsibilities, but you weren't there. Motherfucker, I had birthdays and didn't see you and shit like that. So, and I think because his pops toured a lot. His pops was an artist.
Yes.
And I heard at one time his pops couldn't get back into Canada, so he's talking about phone conversations. That shit kids know when you are there and you're not there. They know how many birthdays, how many basketball games you showed up to, how many auditions. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to side with Drake on that one. Did you brothers see the new Joker movie? It was deep. Absolutely.
Yo.
It's a monster.
Oh, it was. Oh, man.
It's a monster. Do not compare it to Heath Ledger.
Yeah, so the way I saw it, it was this Joker, Arthur, was the beginning to the Joker we saw at Heath Ledger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So people, because I saw some people upset that it wasn't a lot of Joker actually in the movie, but it was a human interest movie. Like you saw what it took. Like
absolutely to
every shoe that had to drop for him to become this guy.
And it dealt, of course, with mental illness.
Yeah.
And how you can alternately create whatever you want, because if anybody, I'm waiting for Kamani to do a breakdown. Shout out to Kamani, because he does the movies decoded. He'll give you a more in-depth breakdown. But if you give me a linear breakdown of this movie, you can't, because we don't know what was real, what was a part of his imagination, what was a figment of this and what was that. So it was multi-layered, and it was beautifully done, just from a perspective of understanding how mental illness works. You know what I mean? And the Joker is such a polarizing character. I said the only thing left to do is for somebody black like Denzel to play.
I don't know.
How else can you play this role? Jack Nicholson smoked this role when I was a kid. Smoked it. Okay. I said, this shit is crazy. Then when I heard Heath Ledger, I'm like, I don't know. Jack smoked that. Then I saw Heath Ledger and said, he smoked this role. And then I didn't pay attention to the
Jared Leto.
Yeah, I didn't give that no real credence, because it wasn't a movie about the Joker. He was a character. So when this one came about, I'm like, Joaquin Phoenix, I know he can act. I was like,
yeah. When I was, and remember, I was looking at the trailer.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He smoked.
Yeah, he
this
played
role.
the hell out of that role.
He smoked this, right? So you can't. You got the beginning, the end, the middle. If a black Joker showed up, think Denzel in an alternate universe.
No, I don't.
Because
see
in Tyler Perry's new movie theater, we can do what we want. A Spike Lee joint. In conjunction with Tyler Perry's studio. Denzel Washington.
I'm not seeing that.
The Joker.
I'm not seeing that.
Nigga, please.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
I'm gonna be in line like this. Let me get 2 tickets.
You know what the director said about that movie? They said he had the only genuine laugh he had was at the very end when he was talking to that woman.
At the very end of the movie.
That's sick.
You got to understand, he was forcing these laughs not to give the movie away as a defense mechanism to deal with his stress. That's some deep shit.
Yeah.
And the only genuine laugh was at the end of the movie, which means the joke is on you.
Yeah.
Maybe Homie the Clown. Homie don't play that.
You think he can play the Joker?
Homie the Clown don't play that. Yeah. So that was dope. So go see it. Eli's going to see it again.
Yeah.
He took me and wifey to the, we went to the eating diner. It was very nice. And now he's going to see it again so he can get his studies on.
Odyssey's coming home this weekend.
Odyssey, and yeah, she's coming home tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Shout out Odyssey. She might be watching the show.
She's coming home, so me and my siblings are going to hang out this weekend.
That's a good brotherly thing to do, to take your sister out to the movies.
And
great.
Somebody said that I want to go check out Gemini Man.
Gemini Man, that looks good.
I want to check that out.
See what Will Smith is doing as a younger person of himself. It's worth some a few dollars. Any other questions here?
Facts. Any questions before we get up out of here? We thought this podcast would run a little longer, but
No, it hasn't. Tyler Perry Studios has his own Walk of Fame, paying homage to the actors that got him there. I appreciated that. I really did. Him and Spike Lee had beef because Spike Lee has the same sentiments that we did, but they sat down like men and, had a few conversations. And at the end of the day, when you get your $250 million, talk to me. And he not the richest, which is wild. Which is wild.
Yeah.
Which meant his vision was. They said when he came from Oprah's event, I forget which event Oprah had, where she had everybody there, the actors at her house. She had this big grand event. People in the chat know what I'm talking about, Oprah fans. And they said when he left that event, he was inspired to do something really, really great. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to end it with that. 50 years from now, if his studio survives that, we won't know that he wore a dress. We won't even care. We'll know that doors have been opened so that if you are an actor, and he, keep in mind, he hired a lot of actors that was thrown out of Hollywood.
Malik Yoba too.
Well, they birds of a feather, But my point is, Cicely, he hired so many black actors that Hollywood threw away. And I don't think you understand what that means when that's your craft and you can't find work. And now you're in Kentucky Fried Chicken or something to feed your family, like they made fun of the guy from the Cosby Show.
And he hired him.
And he hired him. Yeah. But because the guy knew, ain't nobody hiring me in Hollywood. And you know what I got to do? I got to feed my family. I told you, I will shovel elephant shit at the circus to feed these babies. And ain't that Black Dot? Yeah, motherfucker, that's me out here. Because survival of the family is priority number one. So as an actor, when nobody's calling you, you got to revert back to survival mode. And when Tyler Perry gives you a call, it's like you get on the phone so excited to call your wife. You don't be like, hey, I'm an actor, my craft for 10 years, but because he's gay, I can't take the job. You go, yo, what's the role? Put me involved. So understand the magnitude that he does hire 90% black people. It's just that the people who got him through his shit and the people he been around for the last 30 years is the LGBT community, which is the second most displaced community ever. You know what I mean? That's the second most, right. Especially black people. Mm-hmm. Right? We don't want nothing to do with that, even though these are black kids who are confused for whatever reason. We throw them away. He's accepted them because he understands them. No different than if you was homeless for 10 years and got on your feet.
Somebody said, this is a great question. Rayman, can the studio survive on black dollars only? No.
It probably can't.
I don't think so.
However, if Oprah decides to put money up, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, all the movers and shakers who have money.
Yeah,
remember when Spike Lee was doing the Malcolm X movie and he ran out of money? He had to get money from Jordan. He had to get money from Bill Cosby. He had to get money from people to finish the movie the way he wanted it done. So now, with this in place, I think Tyler Perry should have a board of people who want to invest in movies, the ones who have some money. Because these major budget movies cost $100 million, right? Yeah. That's the Avengers. But all them other movies don't cost that.
They don't. 60,
50 million. And then if you already have the studio in place, he going to give you a discount on that because you're filming on location, action movies, this, that. I think that could work.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I stand corrected.
You know what I mean? I think that aspect of it could work. Keep in mind, we do have free shipping for the last week.
It's the last week. We got free shipping.
Yeah, so if you want to get something that you see, this is going to be the week to get it.
Shop UrbanX.com.
You want one of these hoodies, it'll be up on the site.
Yes.
We got other stuff. The Conscious by Nature. Those are big ones.
Yeah, those are the big right now. The Conscious by Nature joints is flying out of here. So get one of those. We're going to have the beanies up soon. But all of this going to be free shipping for the last week because we can't continue to pass these savings on.
Feel me? I saw another, somebody said, did you see Arsenal catch a body? Oh, he said, no, did you see Arsenal get smoked? No, I saw Arsenal put a headshot to that boy Cassidy.
Oh, yeah.
In his hometown of Philly.
I didn't see the battle.
And people in Philly were chanting 3-0 for Arsenal.
Okay, so therefore, I think that's official.
Gilly the Kid, I think he left early.
Yeah. I mean,
and Gilly from Philly.
Yes, but again, you should have your people around you be honest with you.
It was ugly. Who's Lex Jetson?
I don't know who that is. That might be one of them rappers, the up and coming joint.
I don't know who that is. Shop UrbanX.com.
Yeah, shop UrbanX.com to get that done.
Do we have any other questions?
Any other questions?
Before we get up out of here, man. Oh, and the Patriots are soundly whipping that ass.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, I'm not impressed.
Nah, I'm not either. This should have been a blowout.
Yo, Doc, what are your thoughts on the making of another New Jack City movie? Well, I saw Wesley Snipes
and Ice-T.
They're against it. Now, I don't know if they're against it because their legacy is tied to that movie.
No, but
and they don't want.
They're echoing the sentiments of, well, it's like, yo, some things are just not to be touched.
Again.
And I don't know if they started filming already because I live by the block or by the Carter, and they filming the movie there.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if they started already.
Yeah.
I walked past it this morning like, oh.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't want to see no more drug movies. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no more slave movies. That's what Hollywood is for. So I'm a big dreamer and hoping that if you present ideas, original, because they keep running the same movies in Hollywood.
What's the last original movie you saw?
I can't think of the last original movie I saw right off the back.
I think mine was Inception.
That might be it.
That might
have been the last original, like, whoa.
Yeah.
So they running out of. I heard they're gonna redo. You told me today they was redoing a movie.
Which one?
Something you said. Training Day.
Oh, they're trying to do a prequel to Training Day.
A prequel to Training Day.
Yeah.
Jeez, come on. I don't want to see those movies.
I heard they're
being
doing
force-fed down my throat no more. I really don't. We have to challenge each other.
Eddie Murphy's comeback, I think, is going to be trash.
No, I think the Dolomite movie gonna be the shit.
The Dolomite movie, that look alright, but I'm talking about his stand-up. He's already apologizing for Raw and Delirious.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Oh no.
I want to give my weekly shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan series. It's been bringing me and my wife together. We were holding hands, eating popcorn, you know, waiting for the episode to pop. So shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. You know what they're doing. You heard? Have we lost our brother Bobby? I don't know if we lost Bobby Hammond. I doubt it. My phone hasn't rung yet. So until I get confirmation of anything of that nature, I'm not even going to buy into that. So, you know, it'd be people starting all kind of
rumors and crazy shit. I did hear Errol Spence was in a car accident.
Yeah, the boxer.
The boxer, his Ferrari flipped over or something to that effect. So I did hear that. Let's hope he's well. Let's hope his family is fine. I want to shout out Brother Rich from Black Magic 363. He has a conference coming November 3rd. I'll have the flyer up next week because we were kind of running late, but it's called the Ascension for 2020 conference, Ascension 2020. Billy Carson will be heading the conference. It will be at St. Francis College in Brooklyn. Red pillars on the bill, blue pillars on the bill. Headline Billy Carson. I'm pretty sure there will be other acts involved with that. And the week after that, King Simon is giving something. So I'll keep those flyers coming so those who want to travel in are well aware. So next week I will have the flyer available for the Ascension Conference.
The movie Harriet Tubman, I don't think that's going to be good.
The movie Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, it's a Harriet Tubman movie coming out next month.
Is it in the Tyler Perry Studios?
I don't know.
No?
Someone said, how do you buy that hoodie? It'll be up on shoutouts.nyc
and within the hour.
Within the hour tonight.
Tonight.
So check back up. You feel me? What else we got?
What do you think about the year 2020 will bring the masses? I'm not a forecaster to that degree. I think the hard work you do, you always reap the benefits of that. But I do understand that these years, from a numerology standpoint, means significant things. So we want to make sure that we're always on point and we're handling our business to the best of our business.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the 21-year-old who got 10 days in jail for oversleeping on jury duty.
That was crazy. I've never heard anything.
And then the judge, he kind of like doubled down and was just like, this is not harsh. Or at first he gave a harsh. He tried to put him on probation for like 9 months.
Wow. Jeez.
And then the kid was saying like, yo, I've never been in a courtroom but jury duty. Like, I don't have a record. He had a clean record, and now he has a record for oversleeping, basically.
That's ridiculous.
That's whack. So
that's ridiculous. No, I didn't see the BET Awards and the ciphers. I'll catch it, eventually. To me, the BET Awards is for kids now. Those who want to come up trying to, make something happen for themselves. You know what I mean? So I will pay attention to that. Yeah,
they said. I heard. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. I heard that a lot of people want to boycott the Harriet Tubman movie because the woman isn't, an American. One, that's one, and then two, like it's a lot surrounding.
Yeah, she said some foul shit about black people. You hear Rakim is gonna be on Rich's show? I'll be listening.
That's fire.
That would be fire. Rich has been having some very interesting guests on lately. So I will definitely be on for that.
And is that it, people?
I think that's it.
All right, so thank you guys for joining us for another week of the Urban X podcast, number one father and son podcast.
The number one father and son podcast on the planet. Yeah.
So shout out to the people who are watching us right now. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share, like, all that good stuff. And tell a friend to tell a friend. And for the people who are listening, don't forget to comment, rate.
Yes.
And that helps, other people
and
find.
I see 875 people have been watching, but only 300 likes. So let's hang in there for a few minutes and get some more likes. Come on, guys. Get those likes up. That's what they told me I have to say at corporate. That was the corporate meeting. Make sure you get those likes up. We need those likes.
What else? Real quick before we get out of here, have you seen Vlad trying to leech on the ADOS?
I see now.
So, cause he tweeted that reparations should be paid in college. Tone Talks and Tony Moore got at
his ass. Yes.
And now he's using that as a talking point for all of his interviews. Now he did it with Godfrey. He did one with Trey D.
Why?
Why? Trey D. Come on.
Why?
So now he's trying to milk that for all it's worth.
When they say he's a culture vulture, I mean,
yeah.
I try to vouch for him from a standpoint of him understanding hip hop, but what he's doing now, he riding the wave wherever he goes.
Yeah. So again, with
peace,
that being
London,
said,
England. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you for the likes, guys.
Always a pleasure to get into London.
I gotta go there, man.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go there, man.
Yes, it's very nice.
The OG situation on that's Basketball Wives. I don't know
about the Basketball Wives.
Not my thing, B.
Nah.
Jim Jones interview. Yeah, he was talking. It's a little spicy.
I didn't see it, so I need to catch up on that.
Yeah, he was talking a little spicy about 50 Cent and stuff happens when
I run up on you.
No, basically because 50 basically called him a snitch.
Right.
Or
that's like the pot calling the kettle black, but okay.
Neither here nor there.
Okay, yeah.
But he basically brought up the question, and now Jim Jones is acting like that question is not a valid one.
That's a valid one.
You know what I'm saying? But
just like my beef with 50 Cent has to be restarted.
Oh,
should I start it now?
Yeah, start it now.
Fuck 50 Cent. Fuck his TV show. You know what I'm saying? And when I see you, it's on site. Yeah, we could be reached at UrbanX.nyc.com or go to our YouTube channel 50 or our Instagram and whatever you want to say and do. Black Dot says fuck 50 Cent and his show Power. Yeah. So now we out of here.
Yeah.
And hit that Cash App so I can get a new chair. Because you know what? I'm going to start punishing y'all. And let's put the next one in 4K with the fucked up chair. They can go, God damn it.
Yeah, okay.
Send out this damn money because this shit his family is doing bad. Need that chair. So we out of here.
All right, y'all.
Peace.